Hello, scrappy friends. So I am working through this great video for the YouTube telephone tag. Is it the second one for Secret Not Secret Kit Club? And I get to scrap lift this right here, and it is beyond adorable. So there's a square photo, and I did print my photo as square right here. This is a picture of my youngest daughter, who dyed the back of her hair an exceedingly bright fuchsia. Oh, for the love. Okay, so she did that. And now I really liked the bold pops of color against the black and white. So I did pull a black cardstock. I've got, I think, the same exact piece of paper that my scrappy friend here had. Then she had a variegated black and white behind it. I'm pulling the same type of thing. And then for the rest of my papers, I have this Chamel field trip collection, and I'm going to use some of these Chamel stickers with it as well. And let's see. I saw a part on there that had fringy scissors, so I have some of those. And aside from that, I don't know what else is going to go on here, but I'm going to have fun, and I'm going to try to pile it up. And then I'll pass it on to the next person. And yeah, I'll show you what I'm doing along the way. I'm going to fast forward, voice over, that kind of stuff, and then have a still shot, I believe, at the end. All right, wish me luck, friends. So I wanted to gut this black and white paper because I really, really like it, quite frankly. And I think I'm going to end up backing my photo, matting my photo on a part of it. So I wanted to do that. I'm going to trim down my pink pattern paper to 11.5, and I believe my black pattern paper I'm going to trim down to 11. So I'm going to go ahead right now and trim this photo. It didn't print evenly out of my Canon selfie. I think I have to straighten up the paper out of there, so I have to do a little bit of doctoring when I'm trimming it to make it at least look straight. You know, the white border looks straight around it. So I'm going to go ahead and trim those papers and attach them down and get the base of this layout kind of looking like the one that I am scrap lifting. Now I do wish that I would have gutted my pink piece of paper. I didn't even think about it till I put my black cardstock down, but that's very attached, and I figure I'd have had a big old mess if I tried to detach it. So I'm using a piece of this Chamel pattern paper from the Field Trip collection. I am so feeling this. It is ever so cute, and I'm going to go ahead and fringe. The back side of it is this really great blue grid pattern paper, so I'm going to go ahead and get some fringy lines in that, just like what you see here in the layout that I am scrap lifting. Alright, so it's going to take me a hot minute to get all those little fellas on. Like, these aren't real fringe scissors. I think they're herb snips, but they happen to have cost less than fringe scissors, so they're working just fine for my purposes. And I'm going to go ahead and attach them to a scrap of this black and white paper that I have. I think, see right there, it is from the Boys Rule Cocoa Vanilla collection, and I'm just using a nice piece of it. It's this really great charcoal color. So I am attaching the black to the blue, and then the multicolored prismy looking paper from the Field Trip collection to the black. So I'm going to have a few different fun layers, and it does come out really cute. I'm really happy with this. So I'm going to go ahead and mat my photo on that piece of the pattern paper that I'd gone ahead and gutted. My daughter's wearing a black shirt, so the black and white is working out just fine. And yeah, I'm looking at the hair again. Anyway, so it is working out just fine. Love the matting on that. And I'm going to go ahead and take a look through this Amy Tangerine pattern paper pad that I'm using from her new collection and go ahead and mat it again. I love the rainbow colors, and most of the colors are being picked up in the Chamel collection. So these two collections work fairly nicely together. So yeah, you see a lot of the repeating tones, but you get that a lot with American Craft collections. They tend to follow certain trends as things go. So do you see in that the picture of the scrap lift, there is that rectangular band? Yep, putting it right where mine is. So I saw that and I figured I can use up a scrap of that, and now I'm looking for a piece of paper to mat that on top of, just like you see in the other layout. And I do find the smaller version of the pink pattern paper that I used as one of my mats in the to mat the black cardstock. I don't know why I didn't have words there for a second. So I went ahead and mimicked the work that Christina did in her layout. And now I want to see if I can find a title that looks a bit like the one that she used in the picture of her cute little shoes. So I like Make Your Own Magic because her and her teammates got setting along to make her hair ever so fabulous. So now I'm going to go ahead and start looking through all of these fun embellishments. I'm using, on this layout, I want to use a bunch of the Amy Tan embellishments. And the colors aren't working quite as much for the Vicky Bouton ones. Those are a lot more botanical and they're pretty and all of that. And this is more of a whimsical photo that she had sent to us. So I'm going to audition a bunch of the die cuts and see what's going to look right where. And then I decided before I really got working on placement for them, I should go ahead and do the rest of the main part, or I guess the meat of this layout, where I have the photo down and that nice matted block that is there. So we'll get that in, and then I get to start auditioning all of the die cuts everywhere. I found this cute little die cut here, and I went ahead and used my notebook paper punch to mimic what was done on the other layout, and I think that came out cute. That was just a little like journaling card kind of thing that was in the Amy Tangerine collection. And you see here I'm just starting to put the different elements in, and they don't necessarily make sense for what this layout is. I just thought it would be cute and fun and whimsical to pile up a bunch of the pieces, much like what Christina did on hers. She has a bunch of gorgeous hearts that look like they're fussy cut hearts. I'm not sure if they are, but they look like it. And I'm just using a bunch of die cuts and going to town, and I'm sure I will go ahead and have some different dimension. Right now it's pretty flat. I just have die cuts and pattern paper and that kind of stuff on this layout, but I will find a place for everything and then start looking for the chunky bits. Now this Make Your Own Magic I will be putting in about the same place as what Christina has in her layout. Not exact, but about, and I'm starting with the bottom words so I can work my way up. But it is fun because it looks like she was using some kind of a puffy word set, and I'm doing the same. I just have colors in mine, whereas hers is following that, bringing out the strong black that's in the photo of her cute little speckly shoes. So I took a look-see on this Chamel cardstock sticker sheet, and I really liked this little rocket blast off kind of cardstock sticker. And the reason why I thought I should go ahead and put it down is I literally don't think I have any other use for a rocket blast countdown. My son's older and all that kind of stuff, and they're not exactly going on field trips or studying space or anything like that in school. So on a whimsical layout might be the time to do it. So right here you see I found this cute little astronaut guy, and I went ahead and put some fun foam on the back of that just to pop it up. So I'm just going ahead and looking on this sheet, seeing what is cute and what I might be able to add. Now look at that cute little Viewmaster. That was absolutely adorable. I think those little nostalgic toys are just adorable. And there is an old school camera a little bit. Now, the thing where the mastodon is, I think I could work that in on some layout for something locally here because they did find a mastodon in my city, not a living one clearly, but they did find a mostly intact mastodon where they were building kind of like a strip mall area by me. So mastodon I can work in for my city. Spaceship countdown a little harder. So I'm using these great little word strips. I've really been enjoying them, finding a way to get them on just about every layout. I really absolutely love that there's a bunch of different colors. I think that's, I would like it if all designers would give us color choices. And I do have a few different sets. Like I have one that is all yellow vellum, and I have one that's all baby blue, one that's all teal, a little harder to use. Anywho, this is Paige Evans, the kind of shiny puffies, and I'm finding some places to put this really great kind of navy blue that's in the title, finding a place to put those on, as well as some of these little circly bits from the collection. Making sure to, keep it light and keep it whimsical and all that kind of stuff. Now I just realized I wanted to go ahead and put some of the banner pieces like you see in my scrap lift. So I'm going to go through and see if I can find some scraps that will work for that. So back into these great Amy Tan 6x8 pad that I have. And I really would have to say this is one of my very favorite Amy Tan collections in a really, really long time. I like the bright pops of color, and there are a couple elements that are just a little bit odd in there. Like not, I don't know. You know how icons don't necessarily make sense, like dancing llamas and all that? But for the most part, I have found the things in this collection to be really usable. And I absolutely love black and white with pops of color. So I've been finding that to be a bit of a win is my whole point. All right, so you see I just made up a couple little banner pieces to go at the upper right, mimicking the fab work by Christina that she mimicked from somebody else. And I popped those in. I'm going to trim off the excess and then just put a couple little dimensional pieces on top of that. I went ahead and decided that I should trim off the pieces that are hanging off the side, and I still need to do it on the far right. I will get along to that little cafe that's sticking out of the side. And now for those banner pieces, I wanted to go ahead and put another one of those navy indigo hearts up there, as well as a couple other dimensional pieces. And that's about all that I do up there. I think that's plenty, and it's cute, and it's making sure to tie in the different pieces of the layout, and it works just fine. See that cute little puffy sun? That's working. Now, a lot of the pieces that I have left from these great puffy stickers that I have there, the Paige Evans ones, they're a little bit more related to nature and fall and all that kind of thing. So I'm steadily making my way through all of the circle pieces and the non-themed pieces, I guess, but I definitely need to work in a fall layout into this stuff shortly so I can use it up. I am coming to the end of my layout. I wanted to thank you so much for taking a look-see at this and following along with our telephone game YouTube hop. There are some absolutely fantastic scrappy designers, layout artists, I don't know what you would call all of us. People who like to document using scrapbook products. So there's all kinds of people doing it. Take a look at their stuff. Give everybody some love if you could. And I really hope you enjoy what I came up with. I will trim that little piece there off the house. I just realized it and I was like, oh my goodness, I have got to get that off. And that is it. Hope you liked it. Here's a still shot, and I will see all of my scrappy friends soon. Bye, friends.